So today I have this new style, new Ford Mustang 2024 EcoBoost 2.3, and it's 310 horsepower. I think that's insane for 2.3 engine, 4-cylinder, 310 horsepower. And it's an old engine, so it's well known for misfire problem and all that kind of stuff. But there is a new design for the new generation of Ford Mustang, and I want to show it to you how they're not trying to fool you, but they're just the marketing. They're just a new era of the new cars, and a lot of stuff in the car it just made to bring your attention, to bring you as a customer. So they want you to pay attention on the headlights, on the design, you know, all those grills, the big screens inside the car, and all the features, whatever they made it for you as a customer. But the materials they use and the problems this car gonna face remaining the same. So they basically trying to spend less money on the production, but more money on the design and on the way this car gonna looks like when you driving it. So the Ford Mustang Coupe 2024 start from 32,000 MSRP. This car 36,000 MSRP. Besides the cool stickers on the hood and on the side of this car, it has some more cool options, cool features, whatever they added. So it's gonna bring, it is brought the car 4,000 more than original MSRP. Is it worth it or not? That's always your decision. But I'm just gonna show you what they added and why they charging a little bit extra on that. But before that, we're gonna open the hood and I'm gonna show it to you how they set the engine and all the wires and all that kind of stuff. Again, they don't care how it's gonna look like because it's a Ford Mustang, like the Toyota Prius. It is a Ford Mustang, you have to buy it, doesn't matter what. So when you open the hood, what's gonna bring to your attention? Number one, the huge sign, Mustang. Second one, there is a cover supposed to be here, but it's missing. I don't know if it's missing, like they've been doing something. This car has already 6,000 miles on it, and one of my friends, he's driving it. They might already change something, you know, or replace it. It might went for service. But look at those negative cables. But if you're gonna take a look on that setup, the way they put the PCM, the wire harness, the way they put the grounds, and even this hook for the hood, not painted or whatever, they try to paint it half and half not painted. I don't understand. So 2.3 EcoBoost, I wouldn't buy it if the car has no factory warranty. Why? Because I had a lot of problems with Edge, Ford, the Mustang itself, and on and on and on. They all same stuff. Misfire on the different cylinders, and you have to take the engine apart. The piston's not available, you have to replace the whole engine, or the short block got damaged too, so you have to buy it separate, and it's just mess. So back in the days when I got it, Ford Mustang on an EcoBoost, I think it was 2016, that car had 40,000 miles. No, I'm mistaken. That car was rental about 70,000 miles or 65,000 miles, and it was a misfire. I was thinking it's super easy and simple to check and replace the coil or the spark plug, or maybe injector went bad, but no, it was low compression. And when we start building that engine, it was just nightmare because the parts not available, they're super expensive, you have to wait for it, and on and on and on. And after that I said no more EcoBoost. But eventually I bought some other Edges. They had the same problem, and I went through it again, and that's it. So I'm not buying EcoBoost anymore unless it's a guarantee or it's a super low mileage under factory warranty. And let me show you one more thing. So that's what I see right now. Looks like they've been trying to do this car so cool, like kind of aggressive look, and put headlights and put the bumper and put the hood, all that kind of stuff. And they tested, and looks like the dirt was going all the way to the engine. So what they decided, we're gonna put that rubber guard to prevent the dirt going on the engine. Isn't funny? For me it's funny. So they basically made the whole setup, and after that they find out, you know, there is a lot of dirt going inside. Let's do that small guard, let's do a piece of tape here, there, so it's gonna be okay. Sometimes yes, sometimes not. So this one probably gonna be gone in maybe a year or two, and all the dirt gonna go in. So let's open the trunk and I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about. So number one, the spare tire is gone. I think it's gone more than 10 years ago. Look at this. I mean, how many times you're gonna pull it out or put something on the top? Maybe one time, two time, and it's gonna break. So it's kind of cheap material, but it's all about design. And the tail light with that picture on the top of that coupe, famous Ford Mustang, right there. So every time you open this trunk with cheap materials inside, you're gonna see this logo of the Ford Mustang. And it's gonna give you that opinion you're driving a cool car. It is a cool car, but it's not that cool like they're presenting it. So the Ford Mustang, it's a well-known brand and everybody knows this car. That's what they trying to keep the same. They basically trying to keep the same look of the Ford Mustang. The tail lights remain in the same look, not the same design anymore. And look at the back of this car. It looks cool, isn't it? For the coupe, not so many coupes remaining in the market, and I think Ford Mustang is gonna be only one maybe. So the Dodge Challenger gone, Ford Mustang still the same. What else left on the market? So I think Mustang, they just kick everyone else from this coupe market and they're gonna sell you a lot of different editions. But I think the cheapest one, it's always good to go with, because basically if the cheapest car they're producing has a lot of cheap stuff, why are you going to pay double or triple price for the same car but with the different engine and suspension settings? I do not understand. So the trunk lid and the spoiler on that, you can replace it. Actually, if you're going to buy a little bit more expensive car or GT, this is going to be totally different spoiler, but the trunk lid remaining the same. Look at those tailpipes. I'm not saying they're doing it just right now. They've been doing it for a period of time, but it's not because the engine is super big and heavy and you need two tailpipes. Basically, you need a two exhaust system. No, you have only one exhaust system and the two tailpipes. It just looks so cool, like a sporty kind of muscle car. So guys, when you get it in the car, what are you gonna see? Number one, you're gonna see those two huge screens. Basically, you get an iPods in the Ford Mustang right now. And number two, what's gonna bring your attention, all that plastic pieces made looks like it's a carbon fiber, but it's not. But I think it's a cool design way to make it. Like, it's bringing a lot of attention to the steering wheel. Because of that, it's bringing my attention because the leather on the steering wheel already kind of popping out. So maybe a year or two from now, it's gonna go out completely. So EcoBoost with some options, no paddle shifting. There is no, we cannot change the gears manually. We have only drive and the low mode. But when you start the car, when you're gonna go through all the options, whatever we have available on screen, it's gonna impress you, because it's impressing me when I'm changing the mode. I'm gonna show it to you right now. But first of all, let's start the car. There is a huge button, start, stop, engine, right here on the mid console, same as the car before, but it's kind of cool. Let's start it up. You're gonna see that the Mustang running and that noise. The door is open on the belt, not click, so you're gonna hear like kind of a little bit different noise. That's what they change, and I like it. I really like that setup, the way they made it and the way it's popping out with that video here, right there, and a lot of cool things. Let's go over it right now. Okay, we're gonna go over this a little bit later. Let me show it to you what's going on the cluster. So when you change in the mode, you can go normal and it shows you totally different Mustang, not EcoBoost. You can go normal, you can go custom, so basically you can do some editings yourself. We can go slippery, so it looks like the snow mode. And there is a drag strip. Look at that. It's like a Sony PlayStation now, and everything is changing. So there is a track mode. Don't forget your Hamlet. Look at this. It's a nice set. It's actually really good. So just the sport mode. Let's see what's gonna change. That's really PlayStation 5, 6. Let's go on the normal. I like the normal mode. I'm not drag racing. So full tank, 227 miles till empty, and we have a line keeper right there. Looks like we might have a Distronic Plus, I'm not sure. Also you can adjust that. I mean, all the Fords, they have the same comfort or sport mode. And let's go in the mid screen. So navigation, it's not about this car. There is no navigation. There is a serious exam and a lot of cool stuff like the climate control, heated seats. You can do it like this. You can turn it off or go on the level 3, so you're really gonna warm up your butt. Okay, climate control. It is looks like they took it from where? From Volvo or from Toyota, I don't know, but it's cool to play with that. Other than that, features, what do we got here? My Mustang custom. Yeah, you can play with that like an iPad or like a Sony PlayStation. That's what they doing. Driver assistance. Let's go see here. Auto hold, that's the BMW thing. Blind spot information, cross traffic alert, yeah. And rear view camera delay, no. Braking collision, so it has emergency braking feature. That's cool. Alert 8, or you can try maybe put it 8, yeah, like a help, but it's gonna do both in case you check in your smartphone. So basically they minimalize all the buttons in the mid console, and right now you have only the screen which is controlling mostly everything. So but if your fuse gonna go bad, you're not gonna have your AC or any other type of thing because everything is concentrated on the mid screen. So basically you're paying all attention to that games, and you're not gonna pay attention on quality or on the plastics, whatever they use. I can understand it's Ford, so they're not doing that super high quality materials. But again, this plastic, it's just super cheap, you know. It's like door panel. What are you talking about? It's not the door panel anymore. It's super soft piece of plastic. Just put it on the door. I mean, all this, it's not making sound when you're driving it. That's a cool point. But other than that, like I say, all the new cars, it's all about design. It's all about just to bring attention to the customer so the customer can pay money and buy it and forget about all these things because you have that. Maybe it's enough for you, maybe not, but for me it's not enough, that's for sure. So backup camera, it is much better than Infinity, that's for sure. HD camera, but it's just a backup camera, so they're not doing a high quality. They don't need it. You don't need it. So when you're driving the Ford Mustang, new one, it is remaining kind of same. There is the same space, nothing on the back. It's hard to put myself on the back seat. It's not designed to be that way. The steering wheel, I like it because it's kind of sportish, sport design. So it's cutted on the bottom and it's a leather. Maybe the cheapest edition, like for 32,000, it's not gonna be a leather steering wheel. Let me know, because I'm not really familiar with those options. I got what I got. And I checked the used cars. There is already a lot of transaction for the used one at the auction, so they're going between 27 and 32,000, and the mileage on those cars about between 50 miles and 5,000 miles. And depends of the state where the car been purchased at the auction. Some of the states, they are cheaper, and as always, California, most expensive one. There is no wonder here. So the handling and driving of this Ford Mustang, as I say, it's remaining the same. I'm not quite sure about the suspension, if they change it completely or they just change the settings. But same time, it's feeling like it is the same suspension, same shocks, because it's the same Ford Mustang. If it's not GT, not the Black Horse, it's just the coupe for the young drivers like you. So to be honest with you guys, when I see this car at the auto show, I was thinking it's gonna be so much cooler than the old Mustang, and I was thinking it's gonna bring a lot of attention while you're driving this car. But honestly, I'm driving this car and nobody cares, because the car remaining same as the old one. So people don't care, nobody cares, and it's a $32,000 car, 35, 37, whatever, same as the old one. And if you want to buy the Mustang new body style just to bring someone attention on this car, don't. Just rent it, drive it for a couple days, maybe 1 week, enjoy it, and give it back, because I think the Mustang, it's the best car to be as a rental unit.